Good afternoon on this beautiful Wednesday. Just a few updates from here in my office at City Hall, so from the mayor's office. The very first thing I want to talk about is the census. We are in the home stretch. We only have about 6 weeks left to make sure that every Grand Rapidian is counted. Unfortunately, right now, we are only at about 69% of our community who's responded to the census. So we're really strongly encouraging you, if you haven't taken the 5 minutes that it takes to fill out the census, please do that. It is absolutely crucial for our community in so many ways, including as we seek both state and federal support, financial support. A lot of those formulas that they use, they run through census numbers, or they utilize, I should say, census numbers and formulas. But it also supports our schools and our healthcare system and transportation funding. The list goes on and on. So I strongly encourage you to do that. We had hoped with COVID that we would have some extra time to work with community to make sure that they were counted. But just a couple weeks ago, we heard from the Trump administration that they were not supportive of extending the deadline to October 31st. And so right now, it's very likely that the Census Bureau is going to try to finish up their work by the end of September. So we really need your help over the next 6 weeks to make sure that people complete their census. We're going to be doing our part. You'll continue to see messages coming from City Hall and from our community partners, but it's really time that we come together to make sure that we all are counted. A couple other things going on here at City Hall. A lot of conversations about policing and police reform and transforming the police or reimagining policing for the future of our community. We've been doing a lot of work in partnership with community, but also within our police department. And at our commission meeting last week, Chief Payne was with us, where he presented the department's strategic plan. It's a really bold plan with a number of objectives and goals that meet and I would say are very much aligned with some of the feedback we've heard from the community. It is currently online, so if you haven't had a chance to look at that, I encourage you to do so. Chief Payne is also doing some town halls and trying to make sure that people in the community have time to take a look at the plan that's presented. Over the next several weeks, you'll be able to provide feedback on that plan. So if you go to our website, which is www.grandrapidsmi.gov, you can go through and get a presentation on the plan and then provide your feedback right there. A couple other things about policing. Congratulations to Chief Payne. So our governor recently appointed him to the MCOLS board. And then also we are currently taking applications for our Citizen Police Academy. So if you're interested in participating in, I believe, a 6-week program on Wednesday nights that start on September 23rd to learn about policing and some of our policies and practices, you can enroll in that program now. So you can, again, just go to the police department's page or come to our website and enroll in that. And then lastly, as we continue to try to make sure that good information is available to the public, we recently released a dashboard. That dashboard includes a lot of good data and statistics and outcomes and goals related to our entire strategic plan, but specifically to the police department. So if you're curious about some of the data, you can go to that dashboard. It's really easy to navigate, and hopefully you'll be able to find the information that you're looking for. A few other things, you can also follow the work that we're doing around our Equitable Economic Development and Mobility Strategic Plan. So that too, we recently shared a dashboard with the community so that you can see the progress that we've made in implementing that plan. That plan was adopted by the City Commission last year, and we are actively working to move forward the goals and the objectives and the programs laid out in that plan. All of that can be found on our website. And then in closing, just 2 more things. As we move into the fall season, we are still living with a pandemic. So there's a lot of work going on in our community to make sure that we continue to mitigate the risk of COVID and the spread of COVID. The city continues to work very closely with our Kent County Health Department. I want to give a big shout out to them and Dr. Adam London for all of his work, but also his partnership with us as we continue to do everything we can to make sure that you and everyone in our community is safe, and especially that you remain safe as the economy has reopened and continues to reopen. You'll see some of the work that we're doing here at the city is focused on supporting our local businesses to help them survive this pandemic. And so if you've come downtown or in some of our neighborhoods, you'll see that streets have been closed down so that businesses can use those. What I ask you to do is to continue to work with us to make sure that you're following the guidelines to make sure people are safe. So when you're out and about, wearing a mask and keeping your physical distance from folks, making sure that you're washing your hands and using hand sanitizer and doing the best that you can to comply with the rules that are in place that not only protect us, but they protect our neighbors, but they also help our businesses be able to stay open. So we're still in this together. We're going to get through it together. I anticipate there will be a whole host of issues that we're going to be dealing with for years to come as we really feel the impact of this pandemic on our local community. But we're going to continue to work together to make sure that we get through it together. And then last, I'll leave you with just a moment of recognition and honoring a really incredible woman in our community. So I got a call yesterday letting me know that Mary Jane Dockery had passed away. So if you know of or ever met Mary Jane, she was this remarkable woman. She died at the age of 93, so she has a long history in our community. And she was the visionary and founder of Blandford Nature Center. So without her, Blandford Nature Center probably wouldn't exist today. The school wouldn't exist. But she had a huge heart for this community and nature and children and education. Not only did she leave a really lasting imprint on our community, but if you ever had a chance to meet her, I'm sure you felt her love and kindness and real energy that she has for helping other people connect with nature. So with that, I'll end this weekly or monthly update, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of this beautiful week and that you're able to get outside and enjoy the sunshine while it is still here.